Good morning. Hi, this is Kathy Tarochione. Are you a baby boomer? Are you a baby boomer that's thinking about selling their business? Or are you a baby boomer that has a business and you've been thinking, I wonder what I'm going to do. Am I going to leave it to my children? Am I going to sell it? What am I going to do? Or are you in a bind of what to do and you put it in the back burner because you don't even want to address it? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today. Today is the heart of the baby boomer business. And with me is my brother. Yay, again, coming back to the screen. Here comes Ron.
Hi,
Ron Surz.
everybody.
If you
What's
remember
up
Ron,
again?
yeah, if you remember, we did the baby boomer investing show a while ago, and we're back now. So we wanted to talk to you today. This is not a course. It's not a webinar. We're not trying to teach you anything. What we'd really like to do is to talk to you about your baby boomer business and what are the pitfalls that you're going through. And the reason we want to do this is because it's close to my heart. So I'm going to begin with my own personal story and then we'll go from there. Uh, for those of you that know me, you know that I have been quite unwell for a period of time. But I have the Golden Life Community, which is an LLC, and it's a organization to empower mature women. It's a lifestyle empowerment organization. So when we were going for investments, the investors would say things like, "Well, what kind of a succession plan do you have?" And then when they found out that my health was precarious and it was compromised, it was, "Well, what's going to happen?" And I started thinking about, "Oh my goodness, what is going to happen to the business? Would it would probably close." And that got to be really scary because I put 3 years into developing the business. So with all of that, my brother started looking at, well, what do baby boomer business owners do? And where do they go? How do they sell their business? And through his research, because one thing you don't know about my brother is that he will take a very complex issue and he will bring it down to realistic expectations and understanding. And I'm going to let him tell you what he found. What did you find when you started looking, Ron, in terms
Well,
of lists and things like that?
sure. So there's a silver tsunami, and those are the words that the press is using, silver tsunami. And there's more than $100 trillion that's going to pass from baby boomers down to other generations, their kids, their grandkids, everything else. $100 trillion.
Wow.
10 trillion of that 100 trillion plus is baby boomer businesses. So it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
12 million businesses, $10 trillion worth of businesses. It's happening. Now, the number, I'm sharing some numbers with you because this is what got us interested. 10% of that $10 trillion, 10% of that 12 million businesses is just going to fold. It's going to go away. They'll
Poof.
stop
All your
existing.
hard work down the toilet.
Exactly. That's right. To put some other numbers to it, 30% of those businesses are going to go to the kids. So the family's going to inherit the business. Another 30% is going to go to the employees. And if you're following the math, that leaves 20% of baby boomer business owners who are looking to sell their business. They're actively trying to find buyers. So 20% of $10 trillion is still a lot of money. So I approached Kathy, my sister, and I said, look, we can help baby boomers, which is our mission. And this is an important thing. What's going on, I interviewed some people who want to buy baby boomer businesses. And I said, what's your biggest hurdle? And they said, well, we've got to pay business brokers a lot of money. So we use them, but we're very careful. We only use them when we absolutely have to use them. And I said, is there a list you can go to? And there are lists. There are lists of businesses for sale. That's true. But they're all of the businesses, not just baby boomer businesses, but all of them. So I said, Kath she's got a wonderful infrastructure built for the Golden Life community. It's incredible. So she spent a lot of time and energy building that. And it's a platform that easily supported developing the list. So that's what we've done. We've created the ability for people, baby boomer owners who want to tell the world that their business is for sale. That's there. And then, of course, there wouldn't be of much use unless we invited the people who want to buy those businesses too. So this show isn't selling the list, but I'm just telling you a little bit of background about how we started and what this is all about. So we think there's a lot of money involved, and we think the baby boomers need help, and that's what we're here to do.
I think what we're here for is because it's an extension of the baby boomer investing show, and it's also an extension of the Golden Life Community. Because why would all these businesses go down the tubes because of not knowing what to do, or it got really scary. And we thought that we'll take my brother's financial acumen into consideration, and then we'll take my emotional side and we'll combine the two. And what really came forward is, in my particular case, everyone was talking to me about numbers, but nobody was talking to me about what was I feeling? How was it bothering me? What the emotions that I was going through about, hey, I might croak. And if I croak, what's going to happen to the company? And there was a lot of anguish and anxiety that got involved with that. But nobody was addressing that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to address that. We're going to say to you, go ahead.
I have to share with our viewers that I put together a presentation filled with numbers. And Kathy goes, this isn't about the numbers. It's emotions, and it's what you have to go through and what you're thinking about your business. And are you just going to give up? Well, maybe you should. But before you do that, let us help you sort of figure out if you're not ready, how you can prepare to get ready to sell your business. Just
exactly.
Part of it. So we're like left side, right side of the brain.
Yes, yeah, we are. But that's why
I can't remember which side is which. But I'm the analytics side, and Kathy's the emotional side.
And the fun part is that it blends so well.
Yeah,
it really, really does. Because I mean, although I like PowerPoint presentations, I didn't feel that this show was about educating anybody. It was more about, where are you at and what do you want to do? And if you don't know what to do, maybe we can help you.
Yep.
Maybe we can help you figure it out. Hi, Angelica. Thank you, Doctor, so much for coming on. And Beth, hi, sweetheart. Oh, and here's Rick. Here's Rick. Here he is, putting a great session together. Oh, Jolly Beth is here too. And yeah, well, thank you very much. Thanks everyone for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Well, okay, let's go on now. What I wanted to say is that when you have a business and you're a baby boomer, you have two choices. You can continue with it until you die. You can leave it to your family. You can leave it to somebody. But what if you don't have anybody? What if you decide, maybe I don't want to give it up? We started researching so many things, and we found that some baby boomers are actually going into business now. And we thought maybe they should be buying other baby boomers' businesses. Then we found some people that came to us that said, you know what? I would like to come in as some kind of a fractional COO or a fractional CEO and take over that business so that they can stay in the business until they pass, and then it'll continue on. These are all options that are available that nobody's ever thought about before. Or I shouldn't say they haven't thought about before. I don't think you know about it. They've thought about it, but you don't know about it. So we want to help to inform you that this is available. So let's talk about the what we call the unspoken journey, where your business is, it isn't just what you do, it's what you've been for decades. Here you are, you've spent all this time, you've spent all this money, and you're at a point where do you want to go? But too many face this transition alone. So let's talk about it together, okay? All right. The courage to plan for the future starts with acknowledging the past. So you look at your business and you say, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What was I going to say?
You said, oh my
Hold on
goodness.
here a second. Oh my goodness. When my past, I don't know that I have a company that anybody would ever want to buy. It's small. It's not really run very well. I didn't keep the records the way I should. And I look at all of these formulas and this EBITDA and all that, and I don't understand all that financial rigmarole. Those are for the guys that have the 500,000 or have the $1 million businesses. Mine is a $1 million business, but it's just run off the seat of my pants. I don't really have any real structure to it. What do I do with it? Well, the good news is that now with the help of what we're doing, we're going to bring people together so that we can support you in finding out about that. But the first thing you want to do, what?
I just add to that, Kath, that we've met buyers who are looking. I'm going to say this in exactly the way I see it. They are looking to buy baby boomer businesses with their own money, and so they're looking for desperate sellers. Don't know what the business is worth. And then the examples we got where they buy the baby boomer business with 3 months worth of their profits. So in 3 months, they've recovered their investment and then the rest is all theirs. That's how desperate some of these sellers are. And it's actually happening.
Right. But the issue is, the problem is, and I'm going to speak for myself because, and my brother can speak for himself. He has a business too. You don't know if you don't know who you're selling it to, how do you know that your legacy is going to be carried on? And how do you
That's
know
part
that
of it.
the customers are going to be treated properly and that everybody is going to be a part of it? You get scared with that.
Well, you're right. That could be the motivation for business owners letting their business go for a low price. Maybe they just want to continue the legacy, and that's certainly feasible. That would be a reason to sell cheap. So the
Right.
buyers out there are looking for cheap. They're looking for bargains, and they are finding them.
Exactly. And the other thing too, I just put up here about the heart of the matter. It's like, who are you when you're no longer the owner of the company? Are you going to be able to handle that? Because you've been that for 30 years. You've been that all your life. That's been your life force. It's been an issue for you. And your business card in your wallet has that has defined you for so many years. You've been the owner, you've been the CEO, you've been the founder, and now you have to let go of that. So letting go is not just the sale, it's the identity, it's the purpose and the legacy that you have created. And when you look at your employees, they feel like family. Your customers know your voice. They know who you are personally, and it becomes a family issue. So you sit down with your family and you say, well, let's talk about what happens if something happens to me. Right away, they say, oh, we don't want to talk about that because nothing's ever going to happen to you. So no, let's put that on the back burner. And the truth is, you do need to talk about it, don't you?
Sure.
Yeah, my brother's laughing because
No,
he and go ahead.
So we did 3 baby boomer investing shows on retirement happiness. And I'll just talk about one of our guests. His name was Mike Drack. And he wrote a book called Retirement Heaven or Hell. And he tells a story, a true story. He got fired. He hated it. He was old, so he couldn't find another job. And he decided to do what he saw his mother doing, nothing. And that was hell for him. And it's really an interesting story. So he said,
right.
For my mother, that was heaven. That she dreamed all her life that she would eventually do nothing, and that's what she's doing, and she loves it. Not for me. It's not going to work for me. I need a purpose. So his purpose, he now lectures and he gets paid for telling his story and how you find happiness. And it's the 3 ingredients are wealth, security, and purpose. And the purpose is the wild card. So you just reminded me that we did 3 shows, and people interested in the baby boomer investing show, they'll find that those 3 episodes easily.
Okay. Yeah. Well, purpose is really, I think that's what we're really, purpose and passion is what we're talking about. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the It's one thing when you think about owning a business. There are days where you think, oh man, I can't imagine that I ever got into this, or why did I get into this? It's a real pain in the butt. But what would you do without it? And that's really
Yeah,
where it is.
what makes you happy? What makes you want to get up in the morning and to see? I
Yeah.
actually heard this thing. A lady told me this a long time ago. She said, "So the first thing you should do when you get up in the morning is make the bed."
And pee.
And I said, "Oh, that too." If you're my age, you've done that several times before to get up.
Yeah, right.
You know what's pulling an all-nighter is?
What?
Getting up without having to pee all night.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's a bad joke. So I said, "Why would I make the bed right away?" She said, "So the first thing you do is have some accomplishment. You can accomplish something." So anyway, I just thought that
Yeah,
was an
right.
interesting sort of
Well,
discipline.
I can tell you that with all of my setbacks and my health situation, and boy, I've had a slew of them over the last 5 years. There are times when I didn't think I was going to wake up,
Yeah,
and then when I did, then all of a sudden there's this overwhelming amount of gratitude that says, "Oh my God, I'm still here." And then right away you want to put things into place, and I'm here for a purpose, and I've got to do this. And that's really where I'm at, because I should have been gone 3 years ago for sure.
yeah,
But somehow I believe it's because I have a purpose, and this is one of them, to be able to help people like you that need to find out, what should I do? What can I do? And what is the purpose of me? Or not what is the purpose? What are my options that I can go through? So Ron is going to go into something, and now we're going to talk about the dreams behind the numbers. And your business valuation isn't just a number, it's your late nights, your sacrifices, and your life's work. So he's going to address that. Uh, Selling isn't just about the financial security, it's about what comes next for you. So first he's going to go into it, and then we'll go into what comes next for you. So I'm going to put this up for you, Ron, this slide here, so you can talk through that.
sure. So I get to do some numbers, and just wanted to share with our viewers here that if you're thinking about selling your business and you're wondering what you can get for it, what buyers normally do is they look at it's called EBIT, EBITDA. That's earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. So it's a sort of, not your revenues, it's it's the profits, but not with those expenses in there. And the pricing is normally some multiple of that. And you can see the various industries here, but just to put sort of a range on it, you should be able to get somewhere between 5 and 10 times your earnings before your EBITDA, what they call this EBITDA. So just if you're thinking about, should I put my business on the market? What should I get for it? Just a rough order of magnitude. You can see it on the slide here. And then the other slide I want to share with you quickly is what it's going to cost you to get that sort of multiple. And over on the right-hand side here, there's several entities you probably want to get involved. Certainly a business broker. And we're told those are very expensive, but they come into the picture 2 times. One is to get your message out there, and the other is they get a percentage when you do sell it. You're going to have attorney's fees, you're going to have accounting, you're going to need to do accounting for it. So all those costs are in there, and this is part of what it's going to be. But I will say what prompted us to do what we're doing now is over on the left. So you can go to the business broker and shop your business, and that's what most people are doing. But we're offering you an alternative where if you want to go on the list, we're asking the sellers to pay us $35 a month. And this is not a commercial. It's if we didn't charge for it, you wouldn't like it and nobody would do it. And then we're letting the buyers in for free. So what we're trying to do is create a community, and the list is the beginning of the community. We're going to start doing roundtables. We're going to do other things for baby boomer business owners. We're going to create a club basically, and Kathy is so good at creating clubs. I think we're going to get an audience. So that's
Angelica says here, since my business is registered in the Bahamas, I could only sell my IC outside of the Bahamas.
I think I see as intellectual capital.
Okay. And then
That
she
would be what
writes,
you're selling. Yeah.
yeah, intellectual content from your, and can you sell your intellectual content from your business? I have no idea. Do you know the answer to that?
Well, I think it's going to tie into what your revenue is. And someone who, if the revenue is not much and your EBITDA is not much, then I think you're going to have to try to find a buyer who sees the potential for your intellectual capital producing more revenue. Now, I'll share
Right.
with Angelica that I'm in that position now because I'm not earning a penny. In my day, I did okay. But right now, I have a business and it has a lot of potential, but right now it's not producing any revenue. So I'm in that position too.
Yeah. And Lou says making baby boomers transition with a smile. Absolutely, Lou. You're right. And hi, Lynn. Thanks for being here. Oh, we got a bunch of people here. Okay.
Well, good.
Well, yeah, this is great. And she meant she said intellectual property, your IP. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Angelica, that's a good point because I'm always so protective of my intellectual property and how we're going to do things because you put a lot into it. And I would imagine you're able to sell. I'm just thinking off the top, and I don't know this for sure, so don't quote me on it, but I would imagine you can sell your intellectual property as part of the package, as part of your package. But I'm not sure that you can sell it independently. Can you? Maybe you can.
No,
Yeah.
business brokers are there and they charge.
Yeah, you know what? Content providers, they sell their intellectual property. So bingo, there you go. Yes.
All I'll say about the list, which I keep coming back to, is it's almost free. So if just for $35, put
Do it.
yourself out there, and certainly do the brokers and all these firms that are available to help you sell your business. That's certainly worth it. But it's a small investment to just get on the list.
Right. Yeah. Right. So the legacy that you're going to leave, your business carries your values in your DNA, and how do you protect that? So you're looking at your business. Actually, this addresses Angelica's thing because her intellectual property. I know what she does, which is marvelous, fantastic work. This is all coming from her heart. So these are things that she has created, and it would be a shame for her to have somebody else take it from her. So you want to protect that. And that's an important issue. And then also the legacy you leave, your employees, they trusted you, your customers counted on you, your community felt your presence. And now if you're going to be selling your business, how do you tell them? And then finding the right successor isn't just business. It's a matter of the heart, because I know myself, who do you bring in as a successor that's going to clone what you've done? And to be,
You remind me of something, Ken. Sorry to interrupt, but just
go ahead.
I'm just so proud of you. Let me share with the viewers.
Oh.
So part of your legacy is an avatar, and then you've built basically artificial intelligence that's like you. So when you're not around anymore, that avatar is still going to be there.
Yeah.
And then we have friends who are just, Frank Sortino is a friend who's doing the same thing. So that's a way to leave your legacy. You don't get any money for it, but
right.
It's a way to, and it's just so cool the way you jump into these new things. It's you've really learned artificial intelligence. I've really seen it.
Yeah. I have
cool.
Evidence of that is that I've created 22,000 AI mid-journey graphics, and Jolly Beth is here, and she knows for sure. I'll tell you why, Ron. And this is a little bit off the topic, but it'll give you an idea of where our hearts are coming from. What blows my dress up about AI is I can have a thought, and then I can have an emotion, and I can create a prompt, because I'm pretty good at prompting now. I can create a prompt that says exactly what my thoughts and my feelings are. And I'll go to ChatGPT and I'll say, take my thoughts and emotions and tone it up a little bit, and put it into a prompt for me that is going to resonate. And then I give who the audience I want it to resonate to and why I want them to resonate to them. And then it will come up with a prompt for me that is absolutely superb. I'm blown away by the graphics that come out of it. And we've created a shop that is nothing but all of the graphics that I've created. It's called the Golden Life Shop. So that shop is really just, it's me. It's
So
my heart.
there you have the IP, yeah.
Yeah, right.
It really is.
Yeah,
So you've created IP using artificial intelligence.
that's right. So if somebody wanted to buy our shop, then that's true. I could, I just thought of something, right? I could sell the shop too.
Sure. Yeah.
I should probably be on the list.
You
Right?
should. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to be on the list then. I'm going to go to the list. Yeah.
Well, you can be on the list for free, so you got that going for you.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's see here. Now we got a couple of people asking questions here now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And apparel.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I have Beth bought a gorgeous shirt with one of my designs and she loves it. Now Rick says it should be pointed out that the Golden Life community is putting together a robust program to help baby boomers sell their business. They will be bringing baby boomer buyers and sellers together via roundtables and then help on much more. They will also be bringing in experts to aid from consulting to the conclusion of the sale. The team assembled is impressive. Today's session is just the first step. Now, why is Rick saying this? Because Rick is on our advisory board, and he is the champion of all champions when it comes to what we do in our initiative. So, thank you, Rick. I really appreciate that.
He's putting that together. That's why he's doing a great job.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really should. So let me see here now. So the invitation that, so when you think about, this is a safe place for you to explore the emotions behind your transitions. And what our hope is that we love to be able to hear your story that deserves to be heard because your journey matters. So we'd like for you to come on to our show and talk about the heart of your business and what is it that you're looking for and things that will help you transition to a place that you're comfortable with. Telling your story, I can tell you, and all of my golden sisters, they know that telling your story is healing. It's really healing because the emotions and the thoughts that you've had, rather than making yourself sick, are going to make you heal. And so this is a fun time. The selling your business is it's a real important part in your life. It may be the most important thing you're ever going to do in your life because you might be thinking, well, I want to retire. Well, what does that mean? Does retiring mean that you're no longer going to work at your job? Or how are you going to retire? And right, Ron?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's the purpose. And you mentioned the word gratitude, and that was actually a different guest on one of our shows about retirement happiness. George
Tajarian. George is on our advisory board too. Yeah.
But no, he couches purpose more in gratitude, just waking up every day and being glad you're there and being happy. That's
right.
Anyway. Yeah.
And he talks about that, honor your past and embrace your future and walking the path together, do it with other people. How many baby boomer business owners do you know that get together? I don't, for the purpose of how are they going to transition? What are they going to do? Share thoughts. And that's our hope, to be able to have the roundtable discussions, the hub and the future. So what if in the end of the business ownership is actually the beginning of your most meaningful contribution? And if you decide you want to stay in on your company, then let's find a way for you to be able to do that. There's something about when you see sell my business, it's like I'm turning over the keys to the vault. turning over the keys to my heart. But it doesn't have to be that. You don't have to do that. You have other choices. So with that, we wanted to talk about what is the solution. Obviously, the solution is, hang on here a second, somebody just wrote something. Oh, Jerry's on here. Hi, Jerry.
Hi,
He
Jerry.
said, great conversation, and Ron is correct in his comment that Kathy is nothing short of amazing. Oh, that's
true.
that's Beverly's husband, and Beverly is also on our advisory board. So thanks everyone for being here. But what we have done is we've created. I started thinking about, well, what are the things that are holding people back? So we created what we're calling the
self-assessment.
Yeah, it's called the baby boomer emotional assessment. Now I'm going to show this to you here. Here it is. And there it is. I'm going to put the link into the chat here. So this is an assessment that you can take. It will give you an emotional overview of exactly what you're thinking about. It'll identify the transition, your legacy planning, a relationship impact, and it will give you a little bit of information about the initiative. So let me put that into the comments, and you can go ahead and take that assessment.
I should tell our viewers that it's free. So
yes, right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nothing to lose.
Yes.
And a lot to gain.
Yeah, and it gives you a little bit of
an where you're at.
Yeah, and it'll give you a little bit of an incentive to think, I hadn't thought about this, or I hadn't thought about that. And by the way, you'd be surprised at the number of people that are saying you don't have to leave your business. You can sit back and be a consultant, and you can have somebody else come in and run your business, and you're not really selling it. You're just stepping aside, which is really what I was trying to do, was step aside, let somebody come in. But that's hard too, because I have to tell you, you always want to have your finger in the pie. You always want to have your finger on the pulse, I should say. And you want to know what's going on. And it was really hard for me to step aside, because I'm over here and I see what's going on over there, and I want to go over there. So that was hard to do.
You want to do it all. I see it.
Yeah. I that is a big issue. Yeah. But when I look at women like that I know that are the professional women that have the businesses, and they've got everything together and they know it all. And then we've got the people that are working very hard to try and help you get your business together. It makes sense for us to help baby boomers that really, really, really want to have their business have some type of meaning to it, so that they're not worried about it,
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's it. That was it. So I'm gonna stop sharing that. Oh no, actually, let me see. Yeah, I'll stop sharing that, and I'm going to present the Golden Life Initiative here. And here's the Golden Life Initiative. I'll let's see. Here's a Golden Life Initiative. This is going to, this also has a link to that same emotional readiness assessment that you can go to. Okay. And we also have this is the icon, which I thought was really beautiful, because this was, again, one of those Midjourney AI graphics that I created that said, give me something that is power and strength, and it is a golden road, a golden future, an initiative that will bring people into a peaceful place. And that's what we came up with. So isn't that beautiful?
Tell me the elements again, Kath, because it's a cool graph, but it's
yeah,
I thought it was really cool what you did there.
Yeah, it's a growth and flow, golden road, seeing the sunrise, and empowerment, and ownership, and strength. So mental
Great call.
strength. So
That's great.
that's what our initiative is about. And we do have a disclaimer in here saying, listen, we realize that the list only has a few people on it right now, and we understand that because we're just starting out. So it's which came first, the chicken or the egg. So come on as a buyer. You can also come on as a seller too, but the seller requires the $35 a month, but understand that the buyers will look at it. But our purpose will be not only to have you as a seller, but also have you open to all options as a seller. So when we go through this, then if you haven't listened to this podcast, this is great. It's an overview and assessment of what the Golden Futures Initiative is about. And this was an unbiased deep dive into what it's about. And then why to subscribe. And here's the marketplace for sellers and for buyers. And then you can subscribe. So here's the subscription. So you just enroll now, or you can come in free to have access. And then you'll also have access to the newsletter that goes out. And then it's more than a business strategy. And then our shared vision for the future, which is preserving legacies and having empathy and understanding and a seamless integration so that you can all feel comfortable in your working with us. We're building our trust right now. We're building the relationships so that you can feel that we're here to help. The end result will be that you will be happy. And that's where we're at.
Good job, Ken. So I know you started the show with me saying I reached out to you and said, this is an opportunity. We should jump on it. And you really did.
I jumped on it. Yeah. Rob is on here now. He says, an ESOP is a good.
Okay. Yeah, but actually, that was one of the things I said in the beginning. So an ESOP would let your employees own the company. So
that's right. Yeah.
About 60% of the businesses will go to heirs and or employees. So it's $6 trillion.
Again, see all these options. The thing is, though, Ron, if you really think about it, we made all of these things available, but nobody knows how to do it.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, really, if you think about it, because they don't know where to go to. It's great. We'll go ahead and research it and look for it. That's what I've been doing is the researching, and I'm finding that there is no answer because they're not recommending anybody. There's nobody that's dipping their foot in the water.
I'll just come back to the earlier comments. There are buyers out there who are finding big bargains because the baby boomer business owners don't know what the business is worth. If someone tells them they'll give them $1 million, it sounds like a considerable amount.
Yeah.
But if they do some due diligence, I think they can do themselves a favor.
Right. And actually, what we're doing, thanks to Rick, we're bringing together the people that provide the exit strategies, and bringing it to a point where your business is valued and that you feel comfortable. And these are not brokers. These are what do they run?
Consultants. They're consultants, really.
Okay.
If you're ready to sell and you look at your EBITDA, which is the number buyers are going to look at, and it's a number, you might want to spend some money on a business consultant to get that number up. I'm simplifying the mission here, but the idea is that's the number people are going to look at. There are ways to make it grow. So you might want to wait for a year or so, make it, get your EBITDA up there and then put it on the market. So these are good services. They're there. I don't think many people know about them. But, and they might cost a little bit, but I think you'll get it back in the long run.
So this show was an introductory. It was to inform you about what we're going to do, the future shows, and the future shows we'll talk about. We would love to have you come on as a matter of fact, I should, let me do this here real quick and let me try it.
Well, the roundtable is going to start doing that, Kath, too. So
right.
So I don't know if you want to introduce it now or wait for the roundtable to get structured, or sort of up to you. If you want to put it out there, go ahead.
I was just going to put to if they want to be okay. All right. The roundtable.
There's 12 million. By the way, we've seen a count of 2 million. That's just way too low. We're pretty sure the 12 million count is the right number. The 10 trillion is the number for every report is $10 trillion. It's just the number of business owners, right? I think the 12 million
Right.
number is the number.
Well, what keeps me up at night, seriously, Ron, is I think about, first off, I think about how I'm going to die. Then I think about what's going to happen. But I also think about if I don't have things in place, then what is the business going to be gone because I'm not here? So I'm desperately trying very hard to make certain that whatever I'm doing is preserved and surrounding myself with the people that I've decided to go the route of bringing in people to support the business.
Good.
Rather than selling the business.
If it's concerning to you at all, the avatar is pretty cool.
Yeah, rather than selling the business, so to speak. But in essence, I am positioning it to be sold later on, once it's in a position to be able to be sold. Does that make sense? Didn't really make sense to say that. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Any other questions, you guys, before we close? No. All right, then. I'm not exactly sure when we're going to have the next show. We're working with some other people to create these roundtables, and then once we do a show, then we will do that. Okay. Thanks, everyone, for coming on. Really appreciate it. Bye.
Thank you.